Been a minute, y'all. I know. Yeah. But it's okay. We will get back on a path. I've been posting shorts. So, with that being said, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to do pretty much what I think will be a reoccurring series called Jessica's Media Center, which will encompass every type of media that I enjoy and I will share with you. So, that could be obviously books, TV, movies, photography, any videos that I enjoy, maybe even music. I am not the biggest music head, but I can share with you any music that I enjoy, albums that I'm digging, that type of stuff. So, with that being said, let's jump into books. Since the last time I spoke to you guys, I've got a lot more books, right? I haven't done like a review. You'll see like the mini reviews on my shorts, but I'm going to go through some books that I have that I think will be interesting. First up is Something We Said, Richard Pryor, A Notorious Word in Me by Elizabeth Pryor. I'm excited to read about it. This was sent to me by Simon & Schuster, so that should be interesting. And then The Cruelty of Nice Folks, Why Minneapolis is the Story of America by Justin Ellis. This was also sent to me. And I'll put all the publishers and links and stuff below. But, however, this one, it made me think about, like, I threaded this a while back about how I want to see more stories about cities where Black people are, but not talked about enough. Like, Delaware, Minneapolis, where else? I don't know, North Dakota. I know Black people, there are Black people in North Dakota, but maybe there's some history there. I don't know, but I would love to see that. Coroner Silence, Death Records and the Hidden Victims of Police Violence by Terence Keel. This one sounds interesting. I really, really, really want to listen to this, so I'll probably do a mercy read for this, but this was also sent to me. Then I bought these two, Song of Solomon, of course, which I will do a video. This might go into my Hiii grid, the hardest reading challenge ever, that starts on July 1st. That might go into that, but I'm either buddy reading this or throwing it in the challenge. Nonetheless, it's been right. But Song of Solomon, Tayari wrote the new introduction for this one. And I've had for a hot minute, and I know I have not read it. I'm slacking, I know. So that'll get read soon. Broken Country, by Clare Leslie Hall. This one was actually put on my radar by Bridget, not a book club. She said this was really great, so I got that from Simon & Schuster as well. They sent that to me. And then, because the 250th anniversary is coming up of America, I think this is a good one. This was sent to me by Crown Publishing. America, U.S.A, How Race Shadows the Nation's Anniversaries. Eddie S. Glaude Jr. So, this one I need to read soon. Then, Honey by Imani, Thompson. Happy Caribbean Heritage Month. She's Jamaican. I really want to try to get into this one. I don't think it caught me on a good time. And this is highly anticipated for me, so I was really like, the first time around, that's 50 pages, I was like, so I'm gonna revisit. I think it'll be good. I think it was just me. Then, Ghalen, I got this one. Now a month ago when Shelby came to visit California, she was going to drop her music channel. The vlog is there as well, but we went to see Walter Mosley, me, her mom, and Sarah. We went to see Walter Mosley as a family, and it was such a great time. And Ghalen, I am excited for, because I think it's going to be a book that does not speak to how we see romance normally, so I'll report back. Then Theft by Abdulrazak Gurnah. This is based in Tanzania. I hope I said that correctly. I think that's the correct pronunciation. But this is a Nobel Peace Prize book. And this is actually our book club pick, which I need to read this week. Book club is coming up fast. What else? I have been reading a couple other books. Bloodfire Baby, Mainline Mama. Both are two books that are very niche oriented. I would say they're for specific audiences, which did not necessarily resonate. Not resonate is not the right word. That did not like pretty much speak to me in terms of like these are books that are for me. However, they can be books for me, which is what these two books taught me, especially Bloodfire Baby, because when I first started, I was like, this conversation about postpartum depression, although I can relate from a friend standpoint of like helping a friend or being there for a friend who's been through postpartum, I have not. And it's a very immersive experience, a very niche experience. Nuance said that. It's a horror book. So you're getting a very immersive experience, and it keeps having the psychological aspects of it. And I almost gave up on it, but I'm happy I stuck with it because it is a really great book. The writing is good. The infusion of culture and generational trauma, the infusion of a conversation between how a mother and daughter are not clicking, especially how it affected the main character from such a young age. Religious trauma, like decentering a lot of your cultural values for the sake of religion. Great, fascinating conversation. So I would say both Mainline Mama and Bloodfire Baby are having interesting conversations that are two niche audiences, that where if you aren't trying to take in the information with an open mind, it could come off as like, this is not for me, right? And that's fair. Like, everything is not for everybody, but I think they're both having conversations that you don't think about. Mainline Mama's approach is a little bit different because it's a memoir, but it's a totally different conversation. So those are the books. Let's get into TV. So let's start with The Boroughs. The Boroughs was so good. I would say that was on Netflix, and I think everybody should watch it. It is like older people meets Stranger Things. Walk with me. I think the infusion of this like weird monster is so Stranger Things coded. I'm pretty sure, like in the approach and everything. They're literally in a senior living neighborhood, and they have a monster just rummaging around the senior living, and it's undercover until the main character peeks it, and he's like, something's not right here. And that is a great time. I think everybody should watch it. I think it's a good one. Is it scary at times? Yes, and I'm a scared cat, but I enjoyed it a lot. I think you would enjoy it too. So definitely give it a watch. I Will Find You, another great Netflix one that I really enjoyed as well. The acting here and there, like for one of the characters, was like throwing me off because I feel like he was doing a lot. But outside of him, it was great. And then I realized that for Gilmore Girls fans, Jess, the villain, is Jess. Literally, the actor that played Jess in Gilmore Girls is one of the villains. Well, the main villain. I didn't catch on to that till I started like hearing his voice, and I started looking at him. I was like, that's Jess from Gilmore Girls. I thought it was a nice surprise, pleasant surprise, but it was good. Then what else for TV? How can I forget? Love Island. I have so many thoughts. And if you follow me on Instagram or Threads, you know majority of my thoughts. But the main thought that I'm having, especially after this past week's recoupling, because when I'm recording this is a Sunday and Friday was the biggest, oh my gosh, recoupling, is what Black women have to go through, especially dark-skinned Black women on these shows, is really crazy to me. And I feel for Anaya, and I think I think there's a conversation to be had about how people project their interpretations of somebody on reality TV without knowing the full context. And I was talking to Charisse about this because we watched it together, and I chat about this with a lot of folks, but me and Charisse were talking about it. And I think why people are so fired up about Anaya versus like Trinity, who's also a dark-skinned black woman on the show. Same season, same, like the whole thing. Trinity is treated differently, but Anaya doesn't get the same grace. And I think because Anaya is this perception of a specific type of black woman that a lot of people don't gel with, a lot of people feel like that specific type of black woman, the way she speaks, the way she carries herself, the way she's her dad's NBA player, probably lived a privileged life is different. It's different. It's a different experience, but I think also people are triggered by her life and how she is, because that typical suburban black girl is not the most likable sometimes. You know, let's be honest, like those type of girls sometimes come off a certain type of way. And I think when people hear who Anaya is profile wise, they think, oh, this is going to be the stereotype. But in actuality, we really don't know nothing about this girl. We're just projecting our feelings onto her. And I think that's the sad part about it, is like people are projecting, people are calling her a colorist, of this, of that. And it's like, how do you know that? Just based off of like certain actions that don't align with how you feel doesn't mean that you push that on her. And I really do hope that when she comes out the villa, that she is loved immensely and doesn't see a lot of the hate that is pushed in projection that is pushed on her. I'm never going to say that Anaya is innocent in a lot of things, especially with the relationship with her and Casey. I've always been critical of that. I think, she did some things too, right? I think they both obviously contributed to the demise of things. So she's not running off scot-free because I feel bad. But I think what kills me and a lot of people, especially me, is how Casey goes about this whole situation and how he talks about her is it's disgusting. And I'm disappointed. I really am. Disappointed to say the least. So, how I feel about this season? I'm TT.
Down. I'm TT.
That's how I feel about the season. I am TT. So yeah, I'll come back with like give you guys more thoughts at the end of the week, because we're getting a movie night, which is cool. But yeah, I feel for Anaya. I think she doesn't get the same treatment as Trandy, and there could be, but I think there's a big thing about projection, about the type of black girl that a lot of people see in her, and it's not cool. It's really not, isn't at all. And like, it's just, yeah, it's not cool. Moving on. I watched this TV movie called The Geechee. Well, we watched this movie called The Geechee something, the Geechee Boo Hag story. And for a TV movie, it wasn't terrible. I would give it like a 6 out of 10. It was about this couple that moved back to the husband's home, like hometown of Savannah, Georgia, or like the islands, one of them. And they moved into his father's house, his parents' house. The mother passed away. They came for the funeral and they ended up staying permanently. And the reason why the mother passed away is because there's like a hag in the house. And it was torturing her and she died. And then it obviously started torturing the wife. Not obviously, but the next step was torturing the wife that moved in. And it went from there. It was not the worst TV movie I've watched. Yeah, it was the worst, but I'll share the details there if you want to watch it. Let me know your thoughts. And then when it comes to art media, I'm going to an exhibition called The Hospital of Emotions, which I will share with you. I also need to drop off a ton of rolls of film, which I can also share with you guys once that's developed. I've been kind of putting it off because I have so many rolls of film that I've been like putting off for a long time. So I'll share that with you if any of them look good. I'm pretty sure. And then what else?
Right.
I'm probably going to do a photo walk, which I will share with you guys as well. Maybe snippets and clips. I think that's where I'll share those bits and stuff. I want to do one, like, photo walks are just pretty much, I just walk, take photos. But sometimes you can do them in large groups. Sometimes, like, I've facilitated a couple photo walks here in LA. But this one, I'll probably just do it with me and, like, 2 or 3 other friends. Because sometimes it can be overwhelming just trying to facilitate people to do a photo walk. And then you can't take photos. You can take photos, but you're making sure everybody's good, having fun, making all that stuff. And sometimes you just want to do it on your own and just chill. So I will... I'll let you know how that goes. And I think that is it for our first media center drop. I'm going to try to keep up with it weekly. If I don't hold me to it. It don't kill me. I know you probably won't. But, you know, I'm going to try to keep up with it. These are fun. I like infusing books, TV, movies, music and photos and stuff, all the archival stuff, or all the bits that I like to talk about. I can share it with you. I do watch a lot of reality TV. I'm sorry if that's not your shish, you know, like, it is what it is. I read this tweet is like, the harder your job is mentally, the more you dive into reality TV. And I figure I cannot agree enough. I need to detach, and it's great detaching through other people's crazy lives. However, how produced it is a good time sometimes. So there's that. I think that's it. I'll see you guys hopefully next week, and I'll report back. Talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.